Fantasy World Cup Live.
Later on, we'll be recreating a famous World Cup moment with the original El Loco.
And we'll be saying a big hello to US Diffuse.
And yes, it really is a goose.
Yeah, look at that. It's Goose ID.
Yeah, it looks like my elbow.
Does it?
Yeah, that's sort of slightly crinkly up. Anyway, here's a few things we've noticed from watching the World Cup over the last couple of days. Jurgen Klinsmann has said that he's considering retiring. Now, Eric Cantona, of course, went into acting after he retired, but Jurgen's already tried that.
What's gone with the doctor? They're trying to contact Noel.
There's been a snitcher.
Brilliant lookalike. And Roberto Carlos failed to score with his specialist free kicks again last night, but Holland do make free kicks more difficult by putting a cameraman in their defensive wall.
That's not fair. No. Yeah. And disappointingly, there's been no streakers at this World Cup. But the cameras never show them any attractive. Although sometimes it's more dangerous to show the players' reactions.
What a disgraceful suggestion.
Yeah, she was very cute, that one. I remember that.
And if you thought there's been some poor goalkeeping from crosses in this World Cup, just take a look at this.
Fabulous.
Stato. All right.
Yeah, fine, thanks.
How are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
Good. You look fantastic.
Steady.
Have we got any letters at all?
Yeah, Louise Carpenter from Shrewsbury says, Dear Frank and David, my 8-year-old daughter loved the Jimmy Savile World Cup comment slot that you did at the beginning of the series. She keeps asking, what has happened to it? Will it be back?
8-year-old girls love Jimmy Savile, though, don't they? And of course... Anyway, I won't go on.
Yeah. Yeah, he loves her slot. That's what I'm saying.
Said I won't go on. He doesn't. I said I won't go on.
He doesn't!
That's it. The show's
You're right,
over.
now. Do you remember the Jimmy Savile thing that we used to have on?
Remember?
Basically,
We
we only did
stopped
it twice. It was so crap.
It was bollocks. Bollocks. What was it? We basically had Jimmy Savile just mentioning something.
It was me, really. We did.
It was
really
Jimmy Savile.
No, let's own up.
Okay.
It was me. And after the Brazil-Scotland game, I just sort of went. Billy McGinley. Best it ever went, though. So we dropped it.
But, you know, things fail. Things fail on this show from time to time, and we own up to it, don't we?
Yeah.
You know, some of you might remember years ago when we were on the BBC, that golden time, we had a little section of the show called Satan Greaves the Investigate.
Do you remember that?
Yeah. It was shite. It was terrible. Rubbish it was. And we'd already recorded it, and so we had to put it out.
We recorded 4. So we played the first one. We had 3 weeks.
Even Bill Perry, the man who scored the winning goal in the 1953 Cup final, didn't think that Satan Greaves the Investigate really worked.
What happened to Satan Greaves the Investigate, then? Well, I don't think it really worked, did it?
He hated it.
So I'm sorry, whoever it was from Shrewsbury, but we're not bringing it back, and it failed.
By the way, we've had another letter here, which is about you, actually, Frank, and it's from Philip and Kathleen from Sunderland, and it says, the other night you said you didn't support Brazil, right? So what were you doing at Disneyland wearing Brazil's colours? It's the doorbell.
It's the door. That'll be the guests. Beckham, eh? We still believe. It's Dennis Leary and Richard.
You all right, guys?
We're so far away from you guys.
Oh,
yeah, but we like that. You'll see why in a minute.
We feel like guests.
Richard, we're so far away because of the hairy hands joke the other day.
I don't think Richard's got particularly...
He does, look.
Yes, he has, actually.
Yes, Richard... Someone's got a werewolf sound in the audience, Richard. That's awful, isn't it?
Planet of the
Well,
Apes.
got time for me to tell you that I was in France. I was lucky enough to be invited to one of our games. A guy rushed up to me, just going on the way into the stadium, and he said, "Hey, Richard, any chance my mate can have his picture taken with you?" So I thought, yeah, steady, OK, let's have a look. And he said, no, not your face. He said, he thinks he's got hairy hands. He took a picture of our hands.
Was this a...
Yeah, and Richard won. Now, did you watch tonight's game?
Yes, we did, didn't we?
What
Yes, we did.
We enjoyed that, didn't we?
Yeah.
Great game.
What did you think about the sending off, Richard?
I think he might come home to as hot a reception as David Beckham. I didn't think that was
Really?
I didn't think that was a particularly kind thing to do.
Who might come home? Billich?
Mr. Billich.
The thing is, he went down. You know, I thought it was terrible.
He went down like a sack of
Yeah, it was terrible that he
spuds,
went down
didn't
like
he?
that. And I spent all of the end of last season hoping that Everton players would go down.
Yes. And I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
And yes.
I'm already lost.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You're talking about the guy who got punched in the face.
Well, he wasn't punched.
He
was
slapped in the chin and grabbed his forehead.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cost a guy a dream.
Well, no, beyond that, I mean, I'm talking as the American who doesn't really know much about this sport. Beyond, you know,
Get away.
it's a round ball and you can't touch it with your hands. But as a sport fan in general, I mean, at championship level, if you get punched in the face, I mean, full-out punched, I think you should be knocked out cold before the other guy. The other team should be at full, you know, for the championship game, even though it is France, you know.
I agree.
But, you know, if you're not allowed to bite people's ears off in soccer either. Did you know that?
Yeah, I knew that.
It's a big thing.
I knew that.
What's your
Just going to, you know, educate slowly.
Yes.
What's your feeling about France being in the final, Dennis? Because I know you like France.
I love France because of their love for Mickey Rourke and Jerry Lewis. And, of course, Jacques Tati. But, no, their love of Mickey Rourke tends to keep him out of our country, which is a good thing for us. And it does keep Jerry Lewis away for long stretches of time. But I don't really care. I mean, if you guys had gotten in, I'd probably be more apt to care because I have some English friends. And also, it'd be more opportunity for that guy, Beckham, who's dating one of the Spice Girls to you know, be pictured with her in the papers, which I always like because I like her. So, you know, I'm selfish and greedy that way.
Yeah.
But we don't really care.
I think she'll be free soon, because he'll probably be dead within about 2 months. I don't know if this is a thing called the Daily Star. You've only seen this before, Dennis, probably, but that's maybe a good thing. And it's on the back. There's a picture. We got this picture. Look.
Yeah.
This is from.
That's from a very forgiving place called West Ham United, Upton Park.
And this guy makes one small error. See, I said guy then to bring Dennis in. Yeah, but you have to forgive, don't you?
What was the country where they shot the guy?
That was Colombia.
Colombia. I mean, you know.
Careful.
It's very
You
strict.
guys are letting them date a Spice Girl, okay? So all I'm saying is I don't even know what happened. I watched the game, but in America, nobody had any idea what happened in the England-Argentina game until he showed up on Fifth Avenue the next day with Posh Spice. And then even then they thought, well, that's that guy who's dating Posh Spice. And then they found he was a guy who, you know, aimed, basically. And I think they would have all given, you know, their left nut to be him. So...
Yeah. That won't be true when he gets back to England,
Yeah.
believe me.
But they won't shoot him, you know.
They could shoot
He
him.
could be shot, yeah. You know, he's going to Upton Park. It could easily happen.
He's going to lose both of them.
Good.
Right. It would be very easy for us to come on here with our normal yobby audience and say, yeah, Beckham, yeah, you're dead, mate. But actually, we're leading the campaign to forgive Beckham.
Are you really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
That's what we
anyway.
are. We don't care what you think.
Anyway.
He's our future. When we're in the next World Cup and he's getting goals, you'll be saying, oh, no, I was never part of that campaign, will I? No, I always liked him, will I? I'll have evidence. I'll have video evidence.
Cockney accent from the 1930s.
Yeah.
I'd like to see it.
What, fruit?
The other semi-final, did you see that, Richard? The other
Yes,
one?
I saw that last night.
That was a good game, I thought.
That was a good game. And Joe, for most of us, I think it's fair to say that the World Cup ended a week last Tuesday, didn't it? I mean, our interest now is past.
Not me.
Trying to move it on.
And not a great...
I'm trying to move on. Ended. When was that?
Oh, years and years ago.
Did you see Glenn? Glenn said something during that game. He said something
Glenn
about...
now,
I know him very well. He said something about Ronaldo that I wanted to draw your attention to. Here it is.
Would you expect Ronaldo still to possibly just win this game from nowhere?
Well, you can never go to sleep on Ronaldo.
Would you agree with that, Statter? Demonstrably untrue.
It's a shame, though, for Holland, don't you think? It's a shame for Holland, because I always liked Holland from when I was growing up.
Yeah, Holland deserving of a place in the final from the time that the Germans did them and the Argentinians did them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
And I would have liked to have seen the Dutch there, but for all that, I go back to what I said initially. I think for us, it's now a passing interest as opposed to a
but
positive
we've still got a show to do, Richard.
Yeah. Just because Sky haven't got the World Cup.
That's another very good reason. That's another very good reason.
This is the bloke, isn't it, who comes at half-time and it's like Sheffield United, Oldham, 0-0, and he says, phew, what a game that was.
Can I point out that when England-Tunisia was on, right, Sky 2 was screening super bikes from Germany.
Were we?
Yeah. What kind of ratings did that get, Richard?
I've no idea.
I
had no idea we were doing that, to be fair.
When Scotland-Brazil was on, they were showing water sports, which I actually did tune in on the off chance.
That goes down, but we like the water sports.
We like water sports, says Richard. You heard it here.
You must take a bit of drying out after all.
We've got a clip here. We've got a clip of the Dutch manager from the 70s, right, Rinus Michels. And it's quite an interesting clip, this, right? He's trying
We'd
to
like
say
to know what you think about this, Dennis, as well. This is weird.
He's trying to say the phrase, I'm very happy with the result. But halfway through the sentence, he has a bit of a funny turn. Watch this.
Completely happy, Rinus, or perhaps the finish, not what you expected? A few more goals, perhaps?
Completely happy, entonces I have to stay a week with my wife in Las Canarias with the result.
What happened? Look at it again, OK? Look at it again. What's happened to Rinus? Has he had a nervous breakdown or what?
Completely happy, entonces I have to stay a week with my wife in Las Canarias with the result.
Any offers?
Not Fred Truman he was with as well, is it?
Fred Truman?
I thought it was Freddie, was it?
No, it wasn't Fred Truman. No.
That's very odd, though, isn't it?
Yeah, the little way he grabbed at his head almost.
Yeah,
there's a little gesture of...
Something reveals something very personal about yourself without even realising it. You know, that's a very unusual... I once had sex with a goat. thing to happen, I think.
I know that goat, Dave.
What a curry that made. Yeah. More of a korma, the way it came out. Oh, suddenly we're all touchy. Yeah, kill David Beckham, but then one goat-shagging joker. No. So, did you watch the World Cup at all, Dennis? Did anyone in America know it was happening?
I can't speak for the entire country, Frank. You know that. I come here as an ambassador of goodwill from my country to bring drugs and peace to you people. But I watched... really, I think the only two games anybody watched was us versus Iran.
Who?
And England versus Argentina, which was, and that was one of those games I think I tuned in because I know you guys. And quite frankly, I knew I was coming on this show, and I thought, well, I better know something about this game. But I think in America, some people heard it was like going into extra innings, as we call it, and so people tuned in late to watch the shootout. You know?
Well, watch it. We showed this clip once before, ages ago, but it does show how much football in the World Cup really has caught on in America.
Have you ever heard of the World Cup?
Ain't that with the boat race? That's the boat race, isn't it?
No. The World Cup of soccer.
Well, no. What was that one with the boat?
Was it basically the Iran game, though, that led to most interest in America?
Yeah, well, I mean, we had the World Cup. When was it?
4 years ago.
Yeah, 4 years ago.
It made a big impression.
It made a big impression. You know, it didn't leave. You know, it's just there's 4 major sports in America, and it's really hard for soccer to compete with that. And then they had the World Cup. I thought that would put it over the top. Nobody cared. I don't even think most of, like, probably 4 out of 5 Americans didn't even know that it was in America at the time it was there.
Rounders, you play that, don't you?
Yeah, form that we improved.
World Series baseball that only
World
Americans
Series
take
baseball.
part in.
Well, the Japanese are playing now. We have a couple of Japanese baseball players.
I like
and that's led to a whole new form of racism in America. So I'm proud of that fact.
I like the American football team.
And you like baseball. You're a big baseball fan.
I am. But the soccer team, as they call it, are quite laid back. I don't know if you noticed this, but even during the line-up before the Iran game, Frankie Hayjock was shagging someone from behind. and to stand like that, I always have hands on. I don't need hands.
Oh, by the way, if you're Maradona, you can't do that.
No, that's true. You've been watching.
I have been watching.
What are you thinking about?
Sorry, I was just thinking about a strange thing. At Christmas, sometimes, you know, you go to a party and someone's bought you loads of presents and you haven't bought them anything. Right. That's very embarrassing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know, where's the hostage? Where's the hostage? You know, here's a house and a car. Yeah, okay. Where's the ambassador? We want him back there.
You're the ambassador. We've decided.
That's right.
That.
I am the ambassador.
We had a letter from Caitlin Mills, right? And she said, following your recent string of announcements to boyfriends on live television, I was wondering if you could tell my boyfriend, Anthony Stewart, that in about 5 months' time, he will be a father of twins. Oh, sorry. No, he's not the father. No, he is. That was a joke.
4 months? He hasn't noticed.
Well, you know.
Yeah.
Perhaps he's been away.
Yes.
And now it's time for a walk down memory lane.
No, it's not. It's time for a walk down a small comedy cul-de-sac off memory lane.
Jimmy Sam, oh Jimmy Sam, oh look up, come and Jimmy Sam.
Didn't quite work.
Something to cheer up our German viewers. The first in a new series, German Fashion Lookalikes. Tonight, Claudia Schiffer's dress and Chancellor Helmut Kohl's vest.
Nice.
Still sexy,
yeah,
an older man
so.
sort of way.
That was Helmut Kohl at the opening ceremony, and Stato, you didn't tell us that you were at the opening ceremony. Is that you?
No, that's not me.
It's not you?
No.
Oh, I actually thought it was you.
No, I think that's the sports minister of Holland. She used to. You wouldn't. I think she was the.
You know who it is.
That's the sports minister of Holland.
Yeah, she used to be an Olympic swimmer. I think Monica Telpstra or something she's called. I'm not sure. I think
she used to be an Olympic swimmer.
God,
that's
I'm pretty sure that.
Olympic pools were bigger then, weren't they? Come on. Still, there you go.
I can't believe Stato knew who she was.
Impressive.
I went to France and I bought this, right? And this is the official mascot, many of you will know, of France '98. It's called Footix, and he's a big cockerel, right? And I bought him, particularly this one, because I bought him just so I could come on here and say, look, it's like cockerel, but foul throw. Clever though, because it is actually a foul throw, because you can't raise your foot like that, you see, I know.
Leave it.
So anyway,
leave it. For God's sake.
I'm translating some of this for Dennis, by the way.
Yeah. I actually knew that rule, and I was wondering that right moments before Frank said it. I was wondering, hey, how can he throw that ball?
Have you ever seen Footix?
And I wonder if Frank actually purchased that properly, flew it all the way here for this joke.
Just for this joke.
No, I did.
I haven't seen Footix, no, but I saw a guy dressed like him backstage.
Really? You haven't?
No, you haven't.
You haven't. You haven't at all. You haven't.
You think you have, but you haven't.
You've hallucinated. You've taken Class A drugs or something. I don't know what it is.
Have you met him, Stato Footix?
No, but this was quite interesting about Footix. He's played by French actor Regis Fazier, who said he feels betrayed and disappointing at being kept away from the bright lights of the tournament not even appearing at the official opening ceremony. Fezia adds, it's very frustrating. It's almost as if Footix has been stillborn, and so he's passed the blame on to the publicity department.
Footix has been stillborn?
Yeah.
What a strange idea.
Horrible
So he only ever appeared at the draw, the mascot, right? His entire career, Regis Fazio, as Footix, consists of this moment. There he is. That's it. Tragic off.
That's it. This is a bloke who probably dreamed of playing the Dane one day.
Yeah, at least he can
Hamlet
walk,
to you,
know
lot,
what I mean?
right?
At least he can walk.
Yeah, he's got the power to walk. It's
He
enough.
got on, didn't he?
Yeah, with the thing on,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, he got on.
He didn't fall down.
No.
Right. Didn't bump
It's
in
a
anything.
clean performance, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Well, that's a good look on the bright side.
Yeah. The optimist take.
Well, do you remember World Cup Willie, Richard?
We most, I think, of us remember World Cup Willie.
A very similar thing happened
1966.
Wasn't that Maradona? Isn't that what Maradona suffered with? A little bit of World Cup Willie, eh?
Do we have still? No, let's not bother. Not again. Oh, you've got still a World Cup Willie, though. There's World Cup Willie getting out of a taxi for some reason. And what we wanted to ask you, Dennis and Richard, do you think he was a dwarf?
Yes.
Basically. Can we see him again?
Could be a child, remember?
Yeah, let's have a look.
No.
Okay.
Where's he gone?
Where's he gone? There he is. Is it a dwarf? Look at the knees.
Yeah, yeah, and also look at the jaunty, you know, walk with the arms. He's proud to have that fake head on, you know? It's another in a long line of drunken midgets, folks, let's face it.
Something else we've had on during the World Cup, dwarf
dwarfs.
throwing. We're quite good at that,
Yeah?
Yeah, God,
On
you're pushing Sky.
Yeah, we've had that.
You have not.
You've not had dwarf.
No, I lie.
I knew someone who organised dwarf throwing, and he said he organised a big tournament somewhere in the south of England, and he had all these people, and you can't just throw any dwarf, it's quite a skill thing, you have to get to roll.
Oh, absolutely.
And his mobile went, and this dwarf said to him, I'm sorry, he said, I've been offered Snow White in Glasgow, and I can't do it, and the whole tournament, we lost a fortune. How ungrateful
Yeah, but
is
still,
that?
if you're a dwarf, I mean, you know.
I feel that joke wasn't as much of a surprise as it could have been.
So that was
Oh, and now it's time for World Cup Phoenix from the Flames.
Is it?
Phoenix from the Flames, Phoenix from the Flames, Phoenix from the Flames, Phoenix from the Flames.
Ramon Quiroga.
David Fran. Me encanta vuestro programa. Para mí hay una parte que especialmente me gusta.
Yeah. Which bit?
Especialmente la del loro. Cuando el loro hace... Una cosa. ¿Qué le pasó a Jimmy Sally?
Anyway, Ramon.
¿No resultó bien?
Look, you played in goal for Peru in the 1978 World Cup, including one brilliant performance against Poland. They couldn't get past you.
Sí, bueno, el secreto siempre es salir muy rápido.
Now the goalkeeper's out of his goal. Look at the challenge there. What a break with the play. Quiroga, no wonder they call him El Loco.
Blimey. Do you often get that out of position?
Well, Ian St John was impressed anyway.
This is the most amazing sight I've ever seen.
It really is the most amazing... Oh, I tell a lie. That's the most amazing sight I've ever seen.
Anyway, in these phoenixes, as we call them, we recreate famous moments from old games. And the moment we want to recreate from this game is your booking late in the second half.
Bueno, Lato vino hacia mí y yo me tiré a la pelota. Y él se tiró al piso.
Did it look like the ref was going to give a penalty?
Eso hubiese sido demasiado duro.
And they're trying to get away. The goalkeeper's in this half now. And that's a foul and the booking. The goalkeeper's in this half now. And that's a foul and the booking. But an amazing sight.
What are you doing so far from your goal?
to do with that incident, so we said, let's have Gravesy being shagged by a horse.
Yeah, we did.
As a standby,
Yeah.
just as a comedy standby.
Well,
anyway,
it's-
thanks a lot, Dennis and Richard. Thanks
Yes,
for coming.
thank you
You've been
very
great.
much.
Oh, that's it.
That's it, it's
That's
all
it.
over, yeah.
Right.
Saturday's guests are Renus Michaels and his wife. There they are.
Finally made it.
Oh, dear, who on earth could this be? Do you think?
I've got a hunch.
Yeah. Hello, Jeff. Have you come as your wife, Lorraine?
I sure have.
No, the thing is, Jeff, though, hold on, that no one knows what your wife, Lorraine, looks like.
She's here now.
Is she? Lorraine Astle. Jeff and Lorraine Astle.
Clouds of snow, according to our sources, the street's the place to go. 'Cause tonight, for the first time, just about 10:30, for the first time in history, it's gonna start raining men. It's raining men. Hallelujah, it's raining men.